Ramón Arellano Félix fell in the middle of war. He was the youngest brother, the blade of the Arellano family. Armed with rifles, grenades, and convoys, he hunted rivals in Mazatlán. The clash with the Sinaloa cartel turned streets into killing grounds. Gunfire echoed through neighborhoods. Civilians trapped in the crossfire. The ambush was supposed to show his strength, but fate reversed. Unexpectedly, federal forces closed in, unleashing overwhelming firepower. The man once untouchable lay dead, his body on the pavement. The war did not end. It grew sharper and bloodier. The fall of Ramón marked only a shift in the balance. Is every warrior destined to meet the same end he creates? Francisco Rafael Arellano Félix lived a different rise and fall. He was the eldest of the Cartel dynasty. Polished, calculating. He built roots and alliances while others carried the guns. But prison stripped his control, and rivals overtook his empire. Years later, at a party in Baja California, he tried to live quietly. Music played, children laughed, when death walked in wearing a disguise. An assassin dressed as a clown opened fire without mercy. The eldest brother died in front of family and guests. Shockwaves ran through Mexico, proof that no sanctuary existed. The dynasty weakened further, its future fractured beyond repair. What is a legacy worth if it ends in laughter and screams? Lazca was forged in military discipline and betrayal. A former soldier of Mexico's special forces, he deserted his post. He carried with him the training of war, ambush, and execution. He built Los Zetas into an army, armed with assault rifles and fear. Towns trembled under their control, bodies displayed as warnings. His rise was relentless, his violence surgical and vast. But his story carries a twist no one expected. In 2012, Marines gunned him down in Coahuila. Before the state could confirm victory, armed men stole his corpse. The government claimed success, but the people doubted the truth. His grave is missing, his ghost never officially buried. Can a man erased in death ever truly be defeated? Griselda Blanco brought war to Miami's streets. Known as the Black Widow, she commanded with cruelty. Her network smuggled cocaine by the ton, hidden in fabrics and suitcases. The 1980s saw entire neighborhoods turned into battlegrounds. She ordered executions without hesitation, even against lovers and rivals alike. The violence spilled into daylight, shocking America with its scale. Her capture seemed like the end of a bloody era. Yet from prison, her orders still flowed, reaching across borders. Even deported to Colombia, her past followed her like a shadow. In 2012, assassins struck her down outside a butcher shop. The woman who carved terror into history died as violently as she lived. Does power ever escape the same brutality it unleashes? El Chepe ruled iron and fear in the Sierra Madre. He was a commander who turned remote mountains into fortresses. His men moved through rugged terrain, carrying weapons of war. Villages became strongholds, guarded by lookouts and ambush points. The mountains protected him, but they also isolated his empire. Unexpected raids revealed hidden arsenals, caches of rifles and explosives. Each strike deepened mistrust between soldiers and civilians. The state claimed advances, but his grip lingered in silence. In the end, his downfall came with fire and betrayal. Gun battles tore through the valleys, leaving scars on the land. He fell, but his shadow lingers in the mountains he once ruled. Can the earth itself remember the wars carved into its soil? Nacho was a name whispered in power corridors. He was a strategist more than a soldier, a bridge between empires. Operating in shadows, he linked cartels with global markets. Routes extended like veins across continents, carrying white powder. He moved unseen, protected by diplomacy and influence. But every network hides fractures that can be broken. In a twist, betrayal exposed him to enemies and authorities. His fall was sudden, his allies vanished, his empire burned. The consequences spread like fire, collapsing delicate balances. One man's loss became another's war, sparking new rivalries. Nacho disappeared, but the networks he built still pulse today. Does the architect of shadows ever escape the ruin of his designs? Pablo Escobar remains the dark icon of cocaine wars. His Medellin cartel once held 80% of global traffic. Billions in profit made him both a king and a terrorist. He bought loyalty with money and spread fear with bombs. Colombia became a battlefield. Judges and presidents marked for death. Airlines exploded. Neighborhoods turned into smoking ruins. The world believed no one could contain his empire. But Escobar's arrogance birthed his greatest mistake. He escaped from his own luxury prison, humiliating the state. The manhunt that followed turned Medellin into a war zone. In 1993, soldiers cornered him on a rooftop, ending his reign. He died with a gun in his hand, but his legend endures. Can a single death ever erase the shadow of an empire?